Hi there, and thank you so much for watching. Welcome to episode 10 of Change Your Life, my quest to use the framework of the 12-week year to help transform my life and move me closer to those big giant goals that I set for this year. So I apologize, first off, for not posting a video last week, and I apologize for not posting yesterday as well, but I'm back on the wagon and posting this today. So thank you so much for your patience. And I kind of wanted to explain a little bit about why I got off track, and then go into like my metrics and scoring for these past 2 weeks. So that would be week 9 and week 10. So this is also part of the reason why I love the framework of the 12-week year, because it gives you a structured way to view your own progress toward achieving your big yearly goals. Because I remember when I did this in the last cycle, so the last 12 weeks, it was January, February, and March, and I thought to myself, because isn't that the way that it goes when you have a giant goal that you're trying to accomplish? There are like peaks and valleys, right? You go through ups and downs, and you hit setbacks, and you hit these like massive sort of like pushes forward that really get you closer, and then you hit setbacks again. So, and eventually, hopefully, you'll end closer to your goal than you started. But what happened last cycle was around about like the 6th, 7th week, I got hit with some really bad like personal stuff, like an issue from my past cropped up again and like wouldn't let go. Like it was like multiple people bringing up this issue, and I was like, what is going on here? And I was like trying to get to my goals, and people are like jumping in being like, oh, what about this, what about that? And I'm like, oh, just stop. So, and I knew that was going to happen, but that's the form that it took last week and that last year cycle, and that's how I got derailed a little bit from like toward the middle of my journey. This cycle, so this is again week 9, 10, and it's a good reminder that sometimes things are terrible and sometimes things are not so terrible. So this week it was, I guess, positive things that happened that kind of like shifted my focus a tiny bit. I was, like I did a bit last year as well, I stayed with the son of a friend's, their 16-year-old son, and it was just cool to be in their house and to be hanging out with him, but it was a lot that I had to adjust. Like, they were a few towns away, so I had to like move my life essentially over there, which wasn't a big deal, but it just kind of threw me a bit. So that was the reason why no last week's video, because I was staying with him and I didn't really, I could have planned and I didn't. So it was just really essentially poor planning on my part. So again, I apologize for that. And it's funny how like sometimes even positive things you enjoy doing can kind of make you wobble in your commitment, but that's not going to happen here because I am back and I am posting, and I'm going to go through right now with that lead in, go through my metrics for these last 2 weeks together combined. So the 3 areas that I'm working on achieving, moving closer to my goal are business, finance, and cultivating love and appreciation in my life. And I did that in that order for a reason. So business, in the area of business, I got an overall combined score of all the tactics that I'm using and how well I executed them over the past 2 weeks. Like my combined score was 84.3. In the area of finance and cultivating more financial abundance in my life, my overall score was an 88.5, and in the area of love and relationships, using tactics, specific actionable tactics to cultivate more love and appreciation in my life, my overall score was an 87 even. So that's where I stand as far as weeks 9 and 10 go, and that is kind of where I am in general. And kind of in keeping up with this series, I would love to, and I'm working on sort of expanding out into more areas. I would love to show like more of my life and to interact with you who are watching this more. And I'm going to figure out a way to do this. I feel like things need to be perfect before I can share them. I don't know if I'm alone in that, but that's how I feel. And I know that that's not true, and that's like the evil perfectionist that keeps you kind of from ever doing anything. Because it's all perfect until you get started, right? It's perfect in your head. So I'm going to work on combating that and moving through that. Yeah, so 2 things I will leave you with. The first one is, if you're saying your affirmations, keep saying them. They work. If you're not saying your affirmations, start saying them because they work. I have so much, I can't say enough about the power of speaking things into existence. So, and that's the first thing I want to say is speak things into existence. Just try it. Like, just try an experiment where you say something, you declare something that's going to happen, that you want to happen, and see what happens. I mean, obviously, like, let's say within reason, but you have to be at a certain place to accept certain things, and that's really what I'm working on. So on the idea of declaring things into being, declare something that you are willing to accept, that you are ready and feel that you are able to accept. So that's the first thing. The second thing is on the idea of it's coming, it's on its way. Don't freak out. It's coming. That's the second thing, because so many times in my life I have gotten really upset and discouraged right before the miracle happens. So, you know, if you're familiar with, there's a saying that's that goes, "Don't walk out 5 minutes before the miracle." And I feel like there have been times when I've done both. There are times when I've like either not quit, but said, "Oh, I'm not going to do this," and let it go. But there are times when I've like stuck it out to the very end and was sort of pleasantly surprised, or like gritted my teeth and just done something and been pleasantly surprised by the outcome. So that's what I am encouraging you to do. Keep walking, keep moving. Good things are coming. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll watch again. Thanks.